Yeah, Lilian Ogadima, thank you for coming. Soldier Boy 101, thank you for joining. Alfred Ihile, thank you for joining. Um, that's on Instagram. Let me introduce you. Hello, my people. How you doing? My name is Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity here. And this is Chinedu Anichi TV streaming live from St. Louis, Missouri, United States of America. So today, we are having our normal show, Life in Diaspora, the life our people live in diaspora. So for those of you who are in UK, I don't know where you are. Are you in UK? Are you in America? Where are you? So today, wherever you are, I want you to rush and join the show. Just go straight to Instagram and click Chinedu Anichi TV. Yeah, for those of you who want to watch through the Instagram. And if you want to watch through Facebook, go to Chinedu Anichi TV. You will see the show live. And if you want to watch on YouTube, go to Chinedu Anichi TV. On YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. That's what we're streaming today. Other days we can extend it to Twitter and to others. But today, we just have three major social media platforms. We are streaming live today. Go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to YouTube. We are live now. So go and watch. Today, we have a very serious matter. So you have to be ready. As you are coming in now, please just share this. If you know at least 3-4 persons you know, 3-4 persons, especially families that you know, send this particular live video to them. Invite, for those of you who are watching on Instagram, invite people you know that they have family. Invite people to listen to what we are going to discuss today because it's going to be mind-blowing. We're going to talk about DNA. Is it good? Is it a burden or is it a blessing? DNA test done in African families, done in Africa, in families globally. But recently, it is a very predominant predominant issue in African families. The other person, the other footballer in Europe has gone for DNA. All his children is not his own. The other person has gone for DNA. This. Somebody doubted. I'm not the owner of the child or the children. And he or she goes to DNA only to find out those children belong to him or her. So today, what we're going to discuss is it a blessing or burden undertaking, what do you call it, DNA test in African families? So remember, this is your boy Chinedu Anichi, your one and only celebrity here, and the African voice in diaspora. We have a number here, +1 701 989 1910. You can call in, or if you cannot call in, you want to join us and contribute. As we're starting now, I am going to share the link directly. I'm going to share the link. If you want to join us, you will go to the comment section. You will see the link now. So for those of you in Instagram, just go straight to comment section. You are going to see the link. Let me put the link on Instagram. For those of you who want to join, just go to the link and you'll be in my TV, okay? Because you can't join from Instagram Live because this is a different software. This is an independent TV. So we are Lilian Ogadima. Thank you. Soldier Boy. Thank you. Alfred. Thank you. Peter Blessed 23. Thank you. Ugu Sarah 8878. Thank you. Okay. 1073. Thank you. There is a link below there pinned. You can use the link to join us live in the TV. This TV can eventually take up to 12 people as we discussed today. Yeah, we can. It's a very strong software that are built for this purpose. So today we are very, very, very eager to spread this news, discuss, hear from people. We want to hear your heartbeat, especially those in diaspora. This is life in diaspora, especially. So a lot of things. I know is also going on seriously in Nigeria. But today's program is about the Mike Nwodo Jr. Yeah, Mike Nwodo Jr., you're welcome. I'm seeing you. For those who want to contribute, it is there. We're going to have some I have a co-host, but no, for some logistics, he's going to be a bit late today. But you are very, very loved. You are very, very loved. The Tambari will be in the show just in a couple of minutes. So he had something that is holding her down, but eventually she will be in the show. I know you people want to see the beautiful face of Tambari, my co-host. Tambari will soon come. Tambari will come. So for those of you who promised to be in the show today, we are already waiting for you. Yeah, so we are good. Okay. Let's share the show. Let's share it to our brothers and sisters who requested that today we want to see what's happening in this show. Okay. Okay. Ben Ugoke. Yeah, it's time. There, Michael Wodo. Thank you. So today we'll be talking about DNA, and we really want to discuss this DNA as it affects the African people, the DNA as it affects our people. That's what we're going to discuss today. So it's not going to be an academic way of explaining DNA. No, we want an empirical and an observable impact that DNA has created in our family, either positively or negatively. Because as I'm talking to you now, I know that DNA has some advantage. There are families that have brought DNA has brought together. There are people that lost their inheritance, but with DNA, they recovered their inheritance. There are people that have lost their lineage, but their lineage or lineage, I don't know. But what is important is that through DNA, they were able to, some African Americans have been able to reunite with some African families through the DNA. So DNA is a very important issue in our lives. It has solved problem. It has created problem. So today we want to see your own opinion, where you're coming from. Is the problem DNA created more than the one it has solved? Is the good is doing? Is it better? Should it be encouraged, especially in African family? Should it be a norm? Should it be one of the conditions for sustenance of marriage? So all these things is what we want to discuss today. So be ready, and I have some very professional and experienced men that will soon come to this show, and we're going to kick off in the way that you will love it. All right. So, okay, it's there. Levi Chinyerugo, always coming to my show. Thank you. Run down, Kelly. Thank you. Levi, thank you. Levi, I so much appreciate you. Each time on this show, I've always seen you. There's no day we'll pass through this show I will not see you. Thank you. Rundown underscore Kelly. Hello, Fancy Junior. Hello, Fancy Junior. Nas Gold, the best jeweler. You are welcome to this show. Please just say hi. Let me know you're actively watching. Say hi if you're on Instagram, or just send a love emoji to encourage us on what we are doing today. Your presence is an encouragement, is a motivation to me. So for me to carry on for close to 8 months to 1 year now, I've been on this show. It's people like you that sustain us. So let's hear from you. So if Onyekachi Godwin, once you come to this show, please, if you're on Facebook, just share it in your life, share it in your page, and send it to 1 or 2 people. Tag people that you know that they need to listen to this. All those you know their names on Facebook, tag them, come and listen. Oh, come, because this is a very important topic in our lives, because DNA has done a lot of things, positively and negatively. So be ready. Okay, so today we'll be having some people. Tambari will be here as my co-host. I'll be having Dr. Hilary from Atlanta. Dr. Hilary will be here briefly. I'll also be having Nes Chinedu from Ireland. And I'll also be having Aisha, the therapist from South Africa. So 4 of these people, I'm sure they are going to be in this show today. And numerous, the link is here. If you want to talk, if you want to contribute, let's go ahead. We are here for you, and we are here in Chinedu Anichi TV only to bring topics that are life-saving, topics that are educative to you. Okay, let's hear from you. Yeah, hello, Fancy Junior. Thank you for waving. Let's go. Wave us, Vokes, Hahako, or what? Levi Chinyerugo, give us a sign you're watching and you're active. Just make a sign. If you're on Instagram, show us I am active, I am watching. And if you're on Facebook, send a love emoji. Chidebere Ugu, Chidebere, thank you. Chidebere Ugu, right from UK. Chidebere is watching. Chidebere, thank you for being on this show. Please share it on your platform, share it on your groups. Just share it as WhatsApp, share it also on your page so that a lot of people will hear us and join. Myself, I'm going to share my own now to all my groups, and I know it will produce a very effective result. Let's go. Wow. Yeah, Chidebere Ugu, thank you, Onyekachi. That's very discussion tonight. That's a very good discussion tonight. Yes, we are getting ready. People just keep showing, keep showing. Let me see when we're up to 100. When we're up to 100 watching on Facebook, we will start. We're almost at 50 on Instagram. About 50 people have crossed. Some are staying, some are going. And on Facebook, waiting for you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Tag somebody. Invite somebody for this show. I'll also be putting a call for those who want to be. I think Ben Ugoke from UK also will be in this show. All of them. Ben?
Hello, one day.
We're ready for you.
What's the topic?
DNA test in Africa. I told you, like.
My goodness.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm already having call. We'll have Ben Ugoke right from UK. We soon join. And I don't know. Who else is joining? Who else? Who else is joining? Who else is joining? Who else is joining? Let's see the house before we kick off. Um, okay, let's go. Let's go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, Chidebere Ugu, Chidebere, if you need the link, you let me know. I send it to you. Aisha, the therapist, and others. We are good to go. We are good to go. Oh yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. We are good to go. We are good to go. We are good to go. We are waiting for those who will join us soon, and at least we will kick off. If one person enters the studio, we are good to go. And so I have a lot of people today. They will join later. We will not even have chance here, but we are just it's not always easy for those who are abroad. For those of you who are here, if you want to contribute, you have the right to. Please do contribute to what we're doing, and God will keep blessing you. Mhm. Let's go. Let's go. Share the life. Share the life. That's what I'm doing. Share the live video. Share it to different groups and share it. For my people that they want to see the live link, then they will join. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, my people. Yeah, thank you. We are moving. Once we get to 100 now, we'll kick off. At least 100 people watching. It will make sense on, on Facebook. Once we have 200, we'll kick off. Yeah. Okay, good. Well done. For 52 people, we're still going. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. 52 people. I want like 100 people on the views before we can go. Please share. Only 5 people have shared this on Facebook. Please share the live video. I know a lot of you have liked it, but I want more shares. Please share it very well, and let other people see what we're doing. Alhaji Highway, you are doing well, my brother. Thank you, Alhaji. Eminem Belly, Alhaji, how is family? We are good. Thank you, Alhaji. Micho underscore 20. Eminem Belly, um, Udesco frozen food. Udesco frozen food. How are you? Ricky, Doneric, what's up? So just share, please share this live video to somebody, and we are starting in earnest, because what we're discussing today is a very serious thing. You can see the link there. We're discussing DNA test in African families. Is it a burden or is it a blessing? So you have right to contribute, and contribute and contribute and contribute. Please, let's contribute. All right. Mhm.
Battery 70%. Connected to Palace is an SQ4 Ultra.
Okay.
Let's talk about talk. Africa boys in diaspora. Chinebani GTV. Voice of the voiceless, yo. Chinebani GTV. Make we talk about talk, yo. Chinebani GTV. Nobody can talk about talk for us, yo. Chinebani GTV. Africans arise. Them don't reach you. Make we talk about talk, yo. Oh yeah, everybody join Chinebani GTV. Now there is the happen, no. Now there is the selling game. We don't talk about mind, yo. I see me now, so we don't talk about. Mama, Baba, brother, sister, even on the YouTube. Subscribe and follow Chinebani GTV. Eba kona potulo, eba kona me. But we be the voice of Africa in diaspora. Chinebani GTV. Voice of Africa, when they show. Chinebani GTV. Now when we go there. Chinebani GTV. Gather your family, call everybody. Chinebani GTV. Listen what the one no way will
Yes, so my people, I think it's okay, and this time we need to start in earnest, because some of the guests I'm waiting for, the people who want to contribute to what we're saying, they are still maybe struggling with logistics to join. I don't know, but I've sent them every link, and we are waiting. But before they come, my brother, I want to start with my own little experience before others will start contributing. If you want to contribute, remember I've always told you, if you go to um, the comment section, you can get the link. You can get the link to be part of what we're doing. If you use the link, you can join in the show, and once you join in the show, you can make your own contribution and leave. So You are welcome to the show. As we discuss DNA test in African family, is it a blessing or a burden? Is it something that should be encouraged? Is it something that we'll continue to talk about? Is it something that is good for us? So, DNA test in Africa, is this something good? So some people have gained something serious. Families have been reunited. People have regained their heritage. People have reconnected to their lineage as a result of DNA test. So and some other people have scattered their family. Families have been scattered. Family have been put asunder because of what? DNA test. So I don't know the side you are watching it from. I don't know the side you feel that is better for us to look at. So, but wherever you are watching it from, wherever you feel that it is good or is bad or I don't know, whichever way you want to describe it, but the floor is open for us to contribute today on the DNA test. Is it something we should encourage in the family or not? So today, some families have been blessed. I don't want to mention them, but some footballers, even recently, so a very big footballer in Nigeria, it was discovered that they went to DNA. Story. A lot of people went to DNA. Story. Some decided to keep their own low. They don't want people to know. They just made the resolution within their house. Some decided to tolerate. We have come this far. Like maybe your kids are already in the university and you discover that on the DNA that those kids are not your kids. What will you do? So some you have trained children from infancy until they are all adults, and you went for DNA only to discover that those kids are not yours. So what will you do as a person? What will you do? So what will be your reaction? So that's what we want to discuss today. So you are free to contribute. You are free to tell us your own, how you feel about it. Unique Princess, how are you doing? Anene.tech, how are you doing? Seed Collections, how are you doing? I'm seeing all of you. So Chidebere Ugu, I'm seeing you. Onyekachi Godwin, Dalo. There, Mike Enwodo Jr., I'm seeing you. And all of you, I'm watching. So, and I'm waiting for people to contribute. So, what do you think? You have seen people today that they give birth to kids and train those kids, and some of them are in the secondary school, some of them are in the college, some of them are in the university, only to discover maybe one thing or the other happened, and they said, no be my pikin. What will you do? What will you do? What did the African tradition say about it? What did the Constitution say about it? We want to hear from all of you. If we have lawyers in the house, we want to hear from them. If we have reverends, those who will be giving it a religious undertone, you are welcome. Those who will be giving it a scientific undertone, those who will be giving it a spiritual undertone, all of you, you are welcome to contribute to this show. But what we are saying today is that DNA is real. First of all, how trusted is DNA result? So that's another thing, because some people in Africa, some old men in Africa, they don't even believe in DNA. If you are telling them, they will tell you, come. All those things is what they are using to deceive the young generation. So, but for those of us who are abroad, those who have seen it, those who believe it, those who believe in the scientific procedure that produce a result that is not disputable, so, and believes that DNA results are of certainty. So, what's your reaction? Will you want your family to go for DNA? Even your family now, as we're standing now, are you sure that if your family goes to DNA, it's going to be 99.9% of all the kids in the house? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, you're looking at me now, are you sure? So that is what we're discussing. So are you sure? Kedu Igbo Queen Igbo Amaka from Chicago, USA. Yeah, Igbo Amaka one name. Kerikwan Daru. rienne. Anyị na-enwe ọnọdụ Igbo every Saturday. So every Saturday you join us like yesterday bụ Mbosi Igbo. Only that we had our sister from Ireland as onye Igbo anyị emere elect. She was elected as the first black councillor in Galway, and we wanted her to speak English yesterday because of those people who are watching her from Ireland. But yesterday throughout used to be our Igbo version. So today is English. So Ekenengi, for those of you who are watching from Chicago. If you are watching from Chicago, there's a link there you can use to join us from your YouTube. Please use that link, join us, and make your contribution from Chicago. Sonia Cotton, Biko, Ndebanye, Ndi Igbo, you are free. This is your station. This is your own. So let's come and say our mind. So DNA is a very important thing. And I'm asking you now, even you that's watching me, if they do DNA, if they do let's just start from your own DNA. Like they carry you now, do your DNA. Will your father be disappointed? That's another thing now. Like as you are looking at me, I'm looking at you now. They carry two of us, go place for. How will you feel? Will you even have the liver? So people don't have even the courage to say, let's go to DNA. Do you have the courage to go to DNA? So if they say now, I am Black American, sir, Dijola, Matana, Igbo, Patana. Wow. So come up now, use this link and come up and say something. It's people like you that want to hear. So that's one of the advantages of DNA. You can see Sonia Cotton here is a Black American, an African American, but I've been able to let me put what he wrote to the screen so that you could see. Sonia Cotton from his name. Look, I say, I am a Black American, sir. DJ Ola Matana, Igbo Patana. Can you see? So this is one of the advantages of DNA. So when we are talking about the disadvantage, we are also talking about the advantage. Just like I told you, that DNA is very important because it has made some people trace their lineage. It has made some people reconcile with their ancestral background and their roots. And some people, it has also made people to recover some of their assets lost because of lack of identity. He has also scattered families. He has also put families asunder. So, but on the side of Sonia Cotton, a Black American who is in this show, proudly saying, I am an Igbo man. In fact, he spoke Igbo. Let me look at what he said. A Black American, look at what the Black American wrote on this show. He said, Kedu Igbo Kwen, Igbo Amaka from Chicago, USA. Come on. So that's what I'm telling you. One day, Ekenengi. Sonia, please, can you come live? There's a link there. You can join us. African Ancestry said, my gene code sequencing matches the Dijola of Guinea-Bissau. All right. Whatever is okay. You see, African Ancestry said my gene code sequencing matches Dijola of Guinea-Bissau. Yeah, that's one of the advantages of DNA. So we can celebrate our brother, one of us here. I know one of our kings, I know. But mother to daughter. All right. So are you a guy or a lady? Sonia Cotton, are you a lady or a guy? I want to know. So Sonia, you can join us live and say one or two things if you are disposed. I have a link there. Let me send you a link once more. Okay, you're a female. That's good. Okay. Under your column, you can see the link. You can use it and join us and say one or two things. So this is what we're talking about. So DNA has advantage. Go to get a microphone. Okay, right, all right. We're waiting for you. Go ahead. Once you're ready, I'll bring you to the show. Thank you. So Right from Chicago, we have Sonia Cotton, the Black American who has traced his ancestry, paternal Igbo, the Georgia of Guinea-Bissau, and she is very, very proud, and she want to speak to us on this show. Yeah, so this is the voice of Africa, and one of us who is African American has discovered her roots. So when I tell you that there's big advantage and also disadvantage when it comes to what we do. Who is this? Highly favor. What is saying? Okay, Ifama 99, if you want to join the show, if you want to contribute, Ifama can send you the link on your phone, or you can copy the link on down here. If you cannot copy from there, you can let me know and send it to you on your WhatsApp, so you can join us and contribute. So what we are saying is that now that DNA, you have seen the advantage, at least from our sister. She is a female, and she has traced her as DNA and ancestry sequence, gene sequence or gene code sequence matches that of the Jola of Guinea-Bissau, and she's trying to get her microphone to be on this show right away. You hear from her. So what we are saying is that you that is standing here, are you ready to face DNA? Are you ready? Like they say, okay, join us. Want you to face DNA. Are you ready to face DNA? Are you ready? That's what I'm saying. Are you ready? Some of you are afraid. Some of you are even doubting that it's not true. But I want to tell you scientifically, it has been proven beyond reasonable doubt that, look at what our sister said. Say, got to get my microphone. Yeah, you need to get your microphone. This is African Voice in Diaspora. Your voice needs to be heard among your people. And when you come, we give you every audience for you to express yourself. And that's great. Please, if you're watching me, just share this live video now. Share it. If it's on your YouTube, you can share it. If you're on Facebook, please share it on Facebook. If you're watching me from Instagram, please tag somebody, share it to some people, share it some group, and let us hear from ourselves, and let us learn from this experience. So, yeah, Bam Bam, if you want to join us in this show, you let me know. Okay, so let's go. If you have an idea, I want you people to type. Can you people react? Even if you don't want to show, can you react from yeah, good afternoon, sir. What's the topic? DNA. DNA. Look at if you look at the screen, you see DNA test in families. Is it to be encouraged? Is it good or is it bad? Should it be avoided in Africa? That's what we have today. Let me write it again. Let me write it again if we on the and pin it. DNA test. DNA test in African family. Blessing or burden. If the topic is under here, so I want to pin it now. I pinned the link before. So let's go. For those of you who want to contribute, we are waiting. Those of you who want to just use the link and join us, and let's go. So okay. So DNA test has ways. We have had stories of people who were in love, you know, like they are in love, the family is flowing, everything is okay, children love themselves, only for them to go for DNA test and they discover maybe 4 kids among the 5 kids is not of the man of the house. Maybe the man just uh, maybe the man just managed to have one. So, and you see, immediately that thing happened, the other kid that has that the DNA is reconcilable with the father will be automatically claiming that I am the real guy in the house, no matter how they pretend about it. So this thing is natural. Okay, I'm asking you, like, some of you should come up and tell us if you like you have 5 kids and thereabout, you discover that maybe you have like 2 out of the 3, the other one is not yours after the DNA. Will you love them the same way? Will you show them love the same way? Especially when you are not aware. If you are aware that something has happened in your house, maybe you are adopted or you had an arrangement to get extra kids from someone else, or you did an arrangement like that, and you are aware and you're training the kids, it's a different thing. But some people, you are not aware, but just something happened that's okay, they need DNA, carelessly like that, and the result comes to very shocking to everybody. It's devastating to some people, very devastating, especially when the result comes negative, that shows that this is not the father or this is not the mother. Maybe you are claiming to be the mother of a child. You didn't know that they changed your child in the hospital. A lot of people's kids were changed in the hospital, some hospitals in Africa. Very sharp. So that's what is happening. You are in the show already? All right.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, hello. Cakes, BJ, Jennifer, how you doing? Jennifer, tell us your name and where you're watching from, and tell us how you feel, what you feel about DNA test.
Okay, so my name is Jennifer Chukunum Sochizie. I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm the CEO of Cakes by NJ. So basically, yes. So regarding your topic today on DNA tests, I think for me, my own 2 cents, it's a dicey topic because it's sometimes DNA test is good. I won't lie, it's good because it shows um the good side of like the authenticity of your partners. If for instance they're genuine with you or not. So there are 2 sides to it.
So, what side do you think is more favorable to humanity or the African society? Must everybody know? At least people should know where they're coming from. People should know if we're original. Like you, if you discover maybe you have
Yeah.
a girl that is your child or a boy that is your child, and at maybe around maybe SS3 or in the college or in the university, you discover this child is not yours. So,
Mm.
what naturally, what would be your reaction? As a woman, I've not even talked about a man. I'm talking about a woman whose own case is that it's possible that your child was changed in the hospital. You know, we have had cases of where some very gullible and fraudulent medical personnel change children, you know, especially when they have this kind of word that everybody is born at the same time. A lot of things have happened and we have heard the stories. Okay, so as a woman,
Yeah.
we're not talking about men, because men will always think unfaithful. This one is a woman. So you just discover that, Kai, this child you have been nursing up, you been carrying this is not your son. So how will you feel?
For me, I think,
I'm sending you the link right away.
okay.
Go
For me,
ahead.
I feel that sometimes, right, kids are blessings from God. All right. So even if I like to think about this in another way, even if the child is not really mine, I've already bonded with that child for so many years. It's not easy to just tell that child, okay, bye bye. You are no longer needed in my life. Then go and look for your parents. It's a complicated and dicey situation. It depends on the age of that child. Of course, if it's you have to put in maturity in handling it, and it depends on the age of the child that when you realize that this child is not yours, it's not everything you reveal at that moment. Maybe later on you can inform them once they are matured enough. But yes, psychologically, of course, as a human being, you will feel somehow. You will feel betrayed. You will feel um the hospital system must have betrayed you one way or the other. Even me, if you look at it another angle, you can sue them, because there's some atom of lies involved, which is not fair to you. Everybody deserves to know the truth.
Okay. Oh my God. So if you are the one, you accept the child, and but psychologically you will not feel okay. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I will accept the child because of course that child has got to enter into my life, has become a blessing. I have already bonded with that child. There's some certain levels of family bonding involved, investment, so many things. So I won't just abandon the child just like that. And yes, the truth is bitter. Is a bitter pill to swallow, but at the same time, I would use wisdom to handle it.
Okay, you know that children are not like this cake, which I know you're a professional, you do everywhere, and people eat and swallow and fine. So it's not as sweet as your cake. It's really a bitter pill, especially when you see, the truth is the sense of betrayal, the sense of disappointment. You have no idea at all that this kind of thing. You understand? If it is that you adopted a child or whatever, it is okay. You already
Yeah,
know
it's a different ballgame.
this is your position. So, but this one is that you're handling it as if this is my 99.9, and you discover that it's not even zero at a point.
Yeah, yeah, because the thing is, you need to understand that there's a certain age as a human being or a woman, biological clock, that you can't give birth anymore. So you need to put that into perspective. It's not even about the fact whether the child is yours or whatever. You need to think about your body as well as a female. Can you still give birth again? Do you have strength to even see that child grow up to a certain age? You need to consider your age factor. So that's why I said you use wisdom to follow the whole situation. And it's not your fault, it's from the hospital. It's not that child's fault, it's from the hospital. everybody is innocent. Only one person to blame, and that's the hospital system. So do the needful of suing the hospital if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have somebody else. Authentic. We'll have some other person from Europe. Authentic, you're welcome to this show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell us your name. Your name is displayed, but tell us your real name. This Authentic to the people. Tell us your real name and tell us where you're watching from.
Okay. Am I very much audible? Can I be heard?
Very audible, very audible.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay. My name is Ndubisi Nnemeka Francis Omeje.
Come
on. Popularly known as Authentic. In fact, in most cases, that name has kind of overshadowed my real name. A lot of people think that is the name given to me by my parents.
Okay. Authentic, where are you watching from?
Okay. Precisely, I'm watching from United Kingdom, Scotland.
All right. So we'll have Authentic from Scotland. We'll have Jennifer from Lagos, and you have Chinedu here from Missouri, United States. We'll have other people. Dr. Hillary will soon join. I've already seen him, and Ben Ugoke also will be joining from UK and some other people. So what we are saying, Authentic, is that we just asked a woman, how do you feel? You discover that through DNA, you discover that a child that is already in the university is not your child. So what will you do? She said, bonding. She spoke it in a very good English. Bonding. But anyway, it's a bitter pill. Anyway, I don't have to leave the guy to go like that. But psychologically, as a human being, she won't be okay. And she would want to sue the hospital. So that's on the side of a woman. Because at that point, nobody's thinking of, I am unfaithful. I am unfaithful. Because you know that a woman carries a child, must be pregnant. So when a woman, a child is not does not belong to a woman, she knows something happened. Excuse me, something happened along the line in the hospital. That one, the hospital can be blamed. But on the side of men, you are not the one carrying the child. You cannot say they changed it in the hospital. Maybe you discovered you're married, lovey, and at the time something happened, they went to DNA, only for you to discover, like, maybe among your 5 kids, you have only 2. How will you look at the other 3?
I would have loved to hear when she was making a defense for that.
No, she's making a defense for a woman. And a woman's scenario and circumstance is quite different from that of a man. Because the woman is sure, I carried the baby. But maybe the baby was changed in the hospital. That's why it's not my baby. Because you can't carry a child and give birth and it will not be your own.
And she said she's going to sue the hospital.
Yes. Because she will be certain that she put to bed, but something happened. That's why the child is no more his child. Her child.
Well, Chinedu, I am going to make you understand that this topic is very dicey, and is a topic with a banana peel.
And that's why we're talking about it in African lifestyle.
One needs to be very, very objective and then careful in handling it. However, as an African man,
correct.
Now let me go back a bit. It is believed that it is part of our cultural heritage that the husband of a wife or the husband of a woman owns the children thereafter.
Yeah.
So what that means is that
David Dream, see the link. Sorry, Authentic. See the link on Instagram. I just posted the link now. I want to pin it. Use the link that I pinned to join. Authentic, go ahead.
Okay, so DNA is a kind of alien to us But the truth is, the world is evolving, technology is coming in, and then take it or leave it, whether you like it or not. It must alter one or two things. It will still go down to what our belief system, it is going to cut off or alter, like I said earlier, some of our belief systems. So what I'm trying to say, first and foremost, let me just react to the question. As a man, be you an African, be you European, wherever you're coming from, and then you've trained up a child to an extent, or even watching and nurturing that pregnancy to delivery, and then you are told that this baby does not belong to you biologically. Nobody's going to be smile. Nobody's going to be happy with that. Nobody's going to smile at that. It is a force of nature that you feel bad, you feel disappointed, and then you feel devastated, just as the woman has responded. So it is a very, very bitter experience if it happens to anybody. That is number one. Then, as an African, because the topic says, as an African, is it a blessing or curse? Am I right? Okay, so it is a blessing in one way, it is a curse in the other way. And that's why I said that the topic is very dicey. A blessing in the sense that it helps us to truly identify or confirm the authenticity of the paternity of a certain child involved. Do you understand? For instance, there are cases where, even when we were growing up, when we were doing boyfriend and girlfriend, there are times where a certain lady would want to impose or pin you down with a pregnancy, saying that this is your child, I was dating you and he got me pregnant. Which, in any case, the lady was just looking for a husband to settle down with. In that sense, now you see that DNA is really going to solve that problem. Because you see a man struggle, he say, it's not me. I wasn't the only one you were dating at the time. I've come to your house several times and I met a certain guy or certain guys. So if the parents involved has all it takes to conduct a DNA test, there won't be argument for all of that. That is the blessing aspect of it. The cost aspect of it is that DNA, I don't know if I should call it, if it's not properly handled, it could break a home. Do you understand? It could break a home. Just like our sister said, if you have trained up a child to secondary school level, and then they walk up to you to say, look, man, this is not your child. Or a certain man shows up from nowhere and say, this child is not yours. By nature of reflex, you could kill. Because you have put in psychologically, emotionally, prayerfully, all about yours have been put into that child to see his or her upbringing. And then someone is coming from nowhere to tell you that it's not your child. Come on. That is where it is a curse. Do you understand? So, but the bottom line is on whoever is involved. If you are the man and at some point you are having doubt on the wife you married, you're not certain about the ownership or the paternity of your children, I would advise of one thing. It only takes a man with a lion heart, in fact, a triple lion heart, to be able to take that decision and embark on that journey. It is easier to embark on that journey, but the result, the aftermath is what matters. Are you going to be able to handle the trauma? Because you're not just only going to lose the children, break your home, even the woman in question. So if you have a fragile mind, just assume that whatever has happened has happened. There is no need. If that doubt comes to your mind, kill it as possible as you can. Even if you at some point have all the evidence, the proofs that your wife has cheated on you, you can do away with the woman, but retain your children. And then don't forget, Chinedu, that in Africa where we're coming from, and then I strip me down to our own Umunna, where you and I were coming from. Our people used to say, "No ye." Do you get my point? For those who are non-Igbos, what that means is that the husband of a wife has the children from the wife as far as that marriage is still going on, or as that marriage exists. So there are some cases where a woman will have a misunderstanding with the husband and then goes away, goes out of the house. Maybe there was a separation. And then in the process, pregnancy comes in. But the traditional right of dissolution of marriage was not carried out before that pregnancy. The man will claim the child. There are so many cases like that. Empirically, we know that this man biologically is not the father of these children. But on the basis of tradition, that this...
Daddy,
I'm busy.
I know, but check out to charge his phone.
On the basis of tradition, that this marriage was still ongoing. It wasn't dissolved as far as tradition was concerned before the marriage, before the pregnancy was conceived. So we are not bothered as to how did this pregnancy come. The question is, this woman who is or who was her husband as at the time of this childbirth, and the man claims the children. So if you look at it from that standpoint, you will understand that as an African man, I do not think personally you should go and begin to conduct DNA tests on children you have raised. If you find your woman in a compromising situation, the best thing to do is to tackle the woman individually. Do away with her, divorce her as much or whatever you want to do with her. Take her out of your house, but your children are your children, irrespective of where or whoever gave birth to them. Because going for a DNA test will give you a revelation of what you may not live to carry.
Wow.
So why do you go ahead to struggle, to stress yourself, stress your emotions, and then lose your children? Because these children are grown-up kids too. They will know or they will understand what has happened. So there's going to be a bias. Even them growing up will begin to look at you. This man is not my real father. Who is my real father? Then you are throwing up that tension. You are throwing the children into curiosity because they would want to know. Biologically, that imagination will be on their head. How is my father looking? Like, what does he look like? So as an African man, DNA test, to me, children that is born under my roof, I don't need to do any test on them. If you find your wife cheating, or if you find any sign of distrust, divorce her. Let her go, but retain your children. That's how I feel about DNA.
Wow, that's a pure African man is speaking. Not good. Good. So, Mrs. Okosun, thank you, Bay Okosun, for coming to the show. You can send a link. You know how to join. You can also join and contribute. Just like we're saying, there's advantage, there's disadvantage. We just met one of our brothers here and one of our sisters here, Sonia Cotton, is a Black American. She said, I've done my DNA and paternity shows I'm an Igbo girl from Nigeria. So a Black American says she wants to get a microphone and is going to join the show. So what we are saying is that it has advantage, it has disadvantage. Now, it is on the individual. Are you ready to face the trauma? Just like Authentic said. Okay, let me come to the CEO of Case by NJ. So, Jennifer,
Yes.
you know, just what he said now, that it's better to do away with the woman and retain your children. Don't even bother going to do them, because what the result, the revelation, you might not be able to carry it. And it's going to sow a seed of discord. So what do you think about what he said in that dimension? Are you supporting it or you disagree as an African lady?
Well, for me, I support it because, like I said, right, when you even find out, when you do that investigation and you are already, majority of us need to consider the factor of age and childbearing age, even for men and for women, even when you find out, the truth is bitter, the truth hurts. So, are you going to be willing to allow yourself put another woman or another man under pressure for giving birth for you again? Because giving birth, carrying a child, is not just, oh, I'm fertile, I can give birth, I will just take one child and that is it. No, there's an age you reach. If you're in your 60s or you're in your late 50s, even if God says, oh, let me just do one miracle, give you one shot, and then what happens? That child grows up. Let's be realistic. That child grows up before you reach 70 or something. You don't even see that child till 30 or 20 something. So you need to all consider this. And Africans' age lifespan of living long, as normal Nigerians that we are, let us not lie to ourselves. If you get to 70 or 75, you are lucky. If you get to 80, you are blessed. If you get to 85, everybody will say, wow, you have tried. So let's be totally honest with ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Now we have Dr. Hilary Onyishi. Dr. Hilary Onyishi is an Atlanta-based Nigeria engineer. So, Dr. Hilary, tell us your name. They already know you in this show. You are part of the pioneers of this show. And but still, tell us your name and where you are calling from or where you are participating from.
Daddy, can I change the TV?
Yeah.
Dr. Hilary, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes, I'm here. Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening, my people. Can you hear me now?
Very well, very well.
We can hear you. Hi, good evening.
Okay. Yeah, so on and okay. Good evening. Authentic, good evening to you. How do you say your name?
Cakes by NG.
I can't pronounce that. Yeah.
Cakes by NG.
Oh, Cake by NG. Okay, so everything one word combined. Okay. Yeah. So like Chinedu rightly said, my name is Dr. Hilary Onyishi from Nsukka, and I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. So my background is in aerospace engineering, and today we're talking biology. So I'm also a product of biology, and that is why I think it's imperative to join this conversation.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Hilary, you're welcome to the show, right from Atlanta there. I think there's, I don't know what network is doing, but Dr. Hilary, you heard us because I saw you at the comment section of Instagram. I saw you were watching from Instagram before you eventually joined the show. And you've heard us about the advantage, the disadvantage of DNA. We just have our sister here, Sonia Cotton. He said he discovered her paternal root to be Igbo in Nigeria as a Black American. And some other people have reclaimed their heritage Some other people have traced back their lineage by DNA. Some have consolidated relationship by DNA. Some have made trust and identity look more authentic, just like his name is, by DNA. But some other people have seen scatter. Some other people have seen post-traumatic effects that are incurable, that linger with them in their psyche and even somatically until they die. So what is your own view? Because the truth is that today we're not talking about the scientific implication of, we're talking as Africans, because this is an African show. So what do you think about DNA, sir?
So yeah, this is an interesting topic, and let me start from the first thing that we really have to pay attention to is the evolution of a DNA. When did the DNA actually started? And that is something like many of us, coming back from Africa, I would say for myself, right?
Wow. I think Hillary is having a network problem. I don't know what's happening. Naturally, this doesn't happen when he's in the show, so I don't know what's happening today. Wow. So, maybe Hillary, maybe you can go out and come back again. Go out and come back and go out and come back again and see. So authentic, just like we are talking, you see, Madam reacted, supported you, but it is easier said than done. Bay Okosin, Mrs. Okosin is one of our very person. He said, just keep the wife now, if you are keeping the children. So, I want to ask Benifa now. Your husband, if a husband is called, like you are in the position like that, I will not say, I don't like that prayer they say in Nigeria or in Africa. It's not my portion. Whose portion is it? Always, our people like to say it's not my portion, as if there is a particular person they kept the portion for. Now he's waiting to come and take it. So let me join Nigerians and Africans to say it's not your portion. But what I'm saying is that if eventually, like you are in this shoe that your husband discovered that some of your kids are not his own, and he decided to lay you off and keep the children. What do you think? Is it good on the side of a woman?
Okay, so
with the request of our mommy, Mrs. Okosi.
Yeah. For me, I think if you remove the mother, you're removing a mother figure from them psychologically on the children. It's not just going to be easy, because mother and children, they're like twins, from a very, very tender age, especially if the motherly love is very, very strong. It's going to affect them psychologically. They'll keep asking you questions. Where is their mother? How long will you keep lying to them? Even if you want to paint a perfect picture for them, oh, your mother traveled. Oh, your mom went to her sister's place in the UK or in the US, and she has a project, she has something. And one day they'll figure it out. You can't hide the truth for long. You can't package it for long. So we need to learn. The thing about marriage is this: learn to forgive and forget. Learn to forgive and forget. It's not an easy pill to swallow. It's not an easy pill to swallow. I'm not siding any gender here. I'm being a mutual person. I'm being a mutual person because I feel like it can happen to anyone. It can happen to the male side, it can happen to the female side. Male side in terms of, you might find out your husband has other children outside and you don't know about. There are different ways you handle it. So it's left for you.
Okay, it's left for so
I want to say something.
Authentic, you know, it has come to this level now. You can see, please share this live video in your page if you want, and let others know. Forward it to your friends. Let's see contributions from people and what they think about this, because we are coming up. It is now becoming bigger. We're waiting for Dr. Hillary. Maybe he gets a better position. I don't know why his network is doing that from a whole Georgia and Atlanta. So Hillary is here. Hillary Diouf. Good evening. Mrs. Okosin is here. Mommy is here. Mommy don't show. Mommy, welcome to this show. Authentic, we want to hear from you now.
Yes, very good. Just like you said, I think in your last statement, you added that some things are easier said than done, right? Now, let me come in to our sister who says, if you're keeping the kids, keep the woman as well. Now, that's what we call emotional damage. Do you understand? And then when there is element of distrust, that is very glaring. That, look, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you very well.
Fine. So when emotion is damaged, in some cases, depending on individuals, it takes sometimes it takes 10 years or 20 years for that wound to be healed. And me as a person, I'm not speaking for every man though, but I know majority of the men would understand what I mean. A man will hardly forget. When you say forgive and forget, forgive is a little bit considerable, but when you say forget, for me to forget means you're going to format my brain. That's what it means. You're going to format my brain and take away all the memories. Perhaps maybe I'm going, what do you call it? Amnesia, or what do you call it? So forgetting is impossible. And in as much as a man remembers that relationship will be toxic. So when I say let the woman go, it is for the emotional health of the both parties, not just for the man, even the woman. You will be in a house where you have been reduced to nothing. That's never a thing you will do that will please that man for a very lengthy period of time. Now, talking about the damage on the children, that is the reason why a woman should not even dare to make or commit such sacrilegious error. You know, you have your kids, right? And it's not like it's been proven to you anywhere that your husband is impotent. So why will you go as far as not just cheating, but having babies from other men and then bringing it back home? So if you have considered the kids, the love you have for the kids, you shouldn't have dared to make such move to the extent of having proofs, living proofs for your infidelity. That is highly un-African, it is sacrilegious, it is gravy, it is condemnable by all terms. And I speak it with a strong choice of words. So why the woman must go is for the health, for the emotional health of both herself and the man. Because that man could get angry one day and kill you. Now, talking about the children now, you have messed up already. So everybody's going to take the pill. We have cases like that. In fact, let me tell you where I'm coming from. We have a tradition that forbids women from cheating. If you do that, it's either you run mad or your husband dies. There are cases where it happened, and we have the evidence. The children grew up to hear that our mother committed adultery, which led to the death of our father.
Yes.
So you've made a mess, and that mess, people, they will grow to hear it. So there's no damage control in it. So telling me to keep you because of the children so that they will begin to sugarcoat no core African man will bear it. That is the truth. So if you know that this whole thing, you have the interest of your children, you shouldn't have done it. If that is in any case, okay, biologically or medically, it's been confirmed that your husband cannot get you impregnated or bear children, then if that case arises, you can put that up as a defense. Say, look, honey, or whatever you call your husband, I did this for us just to cover the shame. My mother-in-law was on my head. He said, I am the one, and I know, you know, both of us know that you are the one. Then the man can, because of that, soft pedal. Do you understand my point?
Yeah, authentic. That's okay. I understand exactly where you're coming from. So, Ejike Ugu, Oliver Ejike Ugu, we at Oliver Ejike Ugu is he said, let me look at what he said. He said the first step to DNA is awareness. This process will open up the journey to understanding the outcome. He went down and said, if I may ask you, between men and women, who is more faithful than the other? The conversation has to be balanced, please. Both parties have the capacity to internally damage. But the topic we are discussing today is not about who is faithful or not faithful. You know, because you can be unfaithful and that shall not be caught. But when it has resulted to the issue that DNA has proved that, I beg you, this one is very clear.
Don't be my own.
So there are things, you know, when you're unfaithful, it's maybe one night stand or whatever they call it. A man can say nothing, no yawa, I will enjoy that. But not when a child is standing that is reminding you on daily basis of that woman's unfaithfulness. There are two different things. So I'm just trying to tell Ejike Ugu is Oliver Ejike Ugu is watching us from UK. And I just asked this question. So we don't want to go to that side today. About it is another topic, another day we can raise about who men and women who is more faithful. But for today, what we are talking about is this DNA and the effect on men and women when they discover. Some are blessing and some damage, just like Authentic said. So Authentic is of the opinion that in order to keep all these things away, you should not even go and do it.
Don't do it.
Because if you try it, you want to report.
You may not be able to carry it.
It might not be easy as we are talking about it now. So Authentic, you have something to say, please.
Yes, I was going to actually, summarize and then try to balance the equation before Ejike Ugu came in.
Yeah.
As if he knew where I was going to land. Now, I want to talk on the side of the women now. When they say, what if it is the other way around? I know that's where Ejike Ugu is coming, but we should balance the equation. Now, don't forget that your topic says, as an African.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if the case is the other way around, because I think when I was coming in, our sister was saying something like that, or it's you that was saying something about when you hear that your husband has other children out there. When you talk about Africa, if you look at the history of African tradition, you will understand that one man, one wife is alien to us. It is strange. We don't know what that is. And I will tell anybody who cares to listen, there's an African man that's nothing completely 120% wrong. Nothing wrong with getting more than one wife, provided that you are on the same page with the woman. The same page, I mean, is not that she must approve of your getting a second wife. All you owe her is information. Look, I want to marry a second or a third or a fourth wife as the case.
Oh, authentic.
No, they bite you.
So the only thing your wife has to do in that regards is to accept to remain the first wife or leave. Now, it is that depends on you, the man, considering the quantum of love you have for her. If you say, okay, I cannot lose you because of a second wife, then you can decide to remain with her and only her as your wife. But if you say, look, I want to get a second or a third wife, do you understand?
Yes.
To balance my African mentality, my African orientation and understanding. And a woman decides to go. That is her choice. So now I'm talking about having children from elsewhere. That's why I'm coming now. You and I know that a man cannot just wake up tomorrow and go and marry a stranger. You must have had one or two with that woman outside before you now begin to consider bringing her in.
Yes.
Even in the Bible, we had cases of concubines. It don't start today. And it has a Bible recordings where a single man had about 300 wives and 700 concubines outside. So I'm not trying to I'm not trying to talk less of women, but we must understand perspectives.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead.
For me, I understand the African mentality of having one or two or three wives. I get that. But why do men look for a second or third wife? What's your reason, authentic, if you're in a hot seat and someone says, your own wife is asking you, why do you need a second wife? Why do you need a second wife? It's not the same thing you are getting from your current wife, or is there a problem with your first wife? Why are you going to second, third, and fourth? Why? Or it's just the African mentality and you have money and you feel like I have money and I can afford plenty wives, because having plenty of wives is not about money. Let us not lie to ourselves. You have to be psychologically ready to handle different women at the same time. We have different characters.
Let me swing straight to your question. Why do you want to get another woman? If you study the anatomy of every man, it is in our nature to have A, B, and C, as the case may be.
Wow. Okay.
Any day I see God, that's the first question I'm going to put up to him. Why did you create men like that?
He didn't create men like, oh, sorry.
I am telling you, are not a man, you would know.
What about when women? You just talk about women.
Mommy, don't worry.
Hello, everyone.
We're coming to you.
I am coming. I am coming. Let me just say this. Every average man believes that variety is not just belief, it is systemic. That variety is the spice of life. Then few of us who have tried to be faithful are just by extensive self-control. But by default, we would want to. By default is our wish. And that's why I said, any day I see God, the first question I'll ask God is, why did you create men like that? Even your pastor in the church has this thing I'm telling you.
Stanley will have a link there. Use the link and join.
On Mr. Authentic.
So to answer your question,
Mr. Authentic, you think women don't have the urge? Women don't have the urge to run around?
I am coming. I'm coming. I'm going to address it.
I want you to summarize so that we'll hear from Mrs. Okosi.
Yes, I'm going to address it. Women have the urge. But on the basis of marriage now, talking about marriage now, women are not given the right as an African wife to deal with more than one man at a time. But as an African man, we have the right. We can marry more than one woman. It is African, it is enshrined in African tradition. So I am not going to allow the infiltration of the Western lifestyle and culture to begin to dampen what we know about and what we were brought up with.
Okay, authentic. Let me go to Mr. Okosun. But before I want to go, I want to bring out something. I want to give a background to Mrs. Okosun. So, scientifically, we have 16 hormones in men, transferring information from the genital body to the thalamus and hypothalamus, the seat of intelligence, and we have only 2 in women. So that's why if this dark space, I don't like it coming up in the show. So I'll just be waiting for you. When you are ready, I'll bring you up again, Jenny. Jenny, okay. Once you are, if you are out, I will keep it aside so that I don't keep blank the page. Okay. So what I'm saying, Mr. Okosun, is that scientifically, we have 16 hormones that transports sexual information from the genital body to the brain. And for women, we have 2. That's why you see women can stay. But for a woman to turn on and begin to look for a man, he needs the sense of touching. He needs some romantic, very physiologically attached romantic expression for you to turn on. But for men, a man can just see a G-string that is hanging somewhere, and the Odogu has started misbehaving. We are talking out of experience. So that we are holding our trousers. That's why when sometimes somebody will be shaking you in the public and he bend like this. You think that he's just bending. He's trying to hold himself because you don't need to be animalistic. So what makes man rational is the ability to apply self-control. But if you live yourself as a mundane, as a natural animal, as a man, come on. I'm telling you. And it's just sight. In fact, imagination. Odogu is already looking for what to do. So that's the background I want to give you. I'm not trying to say what you're going to say now is right or wrong. So, Mr. Okosun, let's hear from you. First of all, tell us about DNA. Let's be safe. I know how you contribute from your own side. Tell us about DNA, then tell us about, react to what 1 or 2 of what Authentic said about African traditional values permitting men to be polygamistic.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Mr. Authentic. Hi, everyone. So, about the DNA, we don't really have that much problem here in America, although it exists. But I would think if you find out that your children are not your children, first of all, what is prompting you to find out? Why do you go there? Why are you even thinking to go there? That's my one question. Why do you even sit down and think, oh, are these my children? Did you just start thinking that today, or something prompted you to think that? For example, the few cases I've seen, somebody just say, a woman and the woman quarrel, and the woman say, hey, I know your children are not your children because I know you slept with this one, although you married to your husband, and Dana opened the whole glass of warm, and the man in the house is saying, now let's go do a DNA test. Man, my thing is, if you be married to this woman, just because she quarreled with somebody, that's enough for you to just say, let's go do DNA test? You listening to people outside, whether it's true or false. And Mr. Authentic said, if you find out that the children are not your children, keep the children and let the woman go. What the woman ever did to you people now?
No.
No, don't react that way. That's the way. Allow her. Let her finish what.
Keep everybody. They are your property. If
No, that's
you
not what
let
I
the
said,
woman
dude.
go now, that will still open what you don't even want, the wound that you don't want to be open will still be open. Those children are going to grow up and say, hey, let me look for my mother, then let me look for my biological father. So just keep everybody together. You and your wife, we just manage the whole situation. For me, but except if you know that they know their father, you know who the man is, and they know their father. If they know their father, you know one day they might want to go to their father. Hey, why don't you just make your own babies? I mean, because one day they will go to their father. I really don't know.
So in the same vein, Mommy Okosun, in the same vein, who knows by circumstances? Who knows when they will discover their father? If somebody is not, they are not your children today, in the next 2 years, they might have information. And so the truth from my own side is that once it is revealed, so there's what we call avoidance theory, and that in conflict resolution and crisis management, that is what Authentic is suggesting. That
if they discover their father at the later years, you think those children will forget you that you raised them?
No,
they will forget the love you have for them.
If is a conditional statement, when people say blood is thicker than water, don't doubt it. Once somebody knows you are not the biological father, and he has another biological father that is not a cripple somewhere else, and there is not somebody who is dead and is still living, and will betray you, maybe the man is doing better than you. Come on.
That's true. That's very true. They might find a way to forget about you.
Not just that they will leave, they will tell you to your face that you are nothing.
That's why I said again, instead of just keeping them, why don't you just make your own babies? That's what I said.
So what it means is that if you discover you should not keep them, because somebody that you decide to keep today, somebody that does not know about his father today, mommy, can know about his father in the next 6 years.
Especially Africa kids. Africa always look for their father. And their father, where their father came from is their home. So to me, I would say make your own babies if you can, but still be nice to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me correct you people. I think my opinion had been miscarried. Yes, what I said is that to me, there is no need for DNA test on children that were born and raised under your roof. That was my statement. Then I went further to say, if for any reason there is an evidence or a sign that your wife has cheated on you or is cheating on you, instead of going far to go and conduct DNA test to find out if these are your children or not, the wound, you may not be able to carry it. Just let the woman go and retain your children. Don't go about doing the DNA test. Because obviously, if you do DNA test and then find out that one or two of those children are not yours, what would you do with it? As an African man, your wife, whoever or however the pregnancy came, but that marriage is in existence and those children were born, those children are yours. So don't bother yourself going to go and reveal what you will not like the result. you will not like it. So why are you struggling? Why are you stressing yourself?
But Mr. Authentic, if you let the woman go, the woman is outside now. She just sit down, let you raise those children. One day, now you have wounded the woman by letting her go. Now one day she will come back and tell the children, hey, that one is not your father. That's why he treated me like this. This is your actual father. So just keep everybody. That's what I'm saying. Why is she going? Keep everybody together. Forget.
Now, let me tell you why that woman will not do that. That woman cannot stare the children in their face and tell them that she cheated and then beget them. No reasonable woman will do that.
Is it the women of yesterday? Are you talking about
not women of this age?
Are you talking about women of today? I'll be the women of yesterday. No. Are you talking about from my age up? Or you talking for your
women will say it and say it and say it again.
Are you talking of women of yesterday or are you talking of women of today?
Well, until the woman shows up to make that revelation herself, me as a man, I would not want to do any DNA test for my children. The children that were born into my arms, they are my kids. And nobody, if you near my house, I will shoot you.
I beg, don't use that language in our show because please, what is important is that we know the bedrock of all these things is fidelity and faithfulness. So, because as we do like this, I said, how many of us get liver now? We say, oh yeah, even starting from you, not your children. They close your mama and your father, so yeah, for DNA. You will tell my father at this age, if he does spoil, it does spoil.
You understand the point now.
But you don't go there, go excavate wetin you no go fit carry. You understand?
I dey tell you.
Let's talk about that other one you said. I know that's not the topic of today, but you mentioned it that men have the right to marry 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 wives in Africa. That's Africa culture.
We need to leave
Yes.
that for a day. We have not exhausted the DNA. We still have certain things we can talk about the DNA. Let's hear from Jennifer, mommy.
For me personally, I think if I'm married today and I'm a faithful wife, and you tell me go and do DNA test, we will sign an agreement that if that DNA test comes back positive, you are paying me for it not. Simple and short. Because for me, there's a level of distrust involved as a woman, you know, because at the end of the day, you have that doubt that, oh, maybe your wife cheated or your wife carried somebody and had a child and you're doubting the paternity. That's why you're doing DNA. There's no, let's not cover it up. There's no sugarcoating attached to it. It's reality. So if we come back from DNA test and you find out that these are really, really your children, 100%, you're going to pay for making me go through that slow emotional drama. Whether you like it or not.
They don't have the money to pay you.
No, it go be no, mama, see, I won't lie to you. I think it was last year or upper year in Nigeria, Lagos, because I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. They had a huge issues and conversations on internet about DNA. A lot. But nobody talks about, you see, social media, nobody talks about the good side of DNA. Nobody talks about the bad side of it. Though it's only the bad side that trends. That's the truth. So I feel like no matter what you are doing, you should also, Mr. Chinedu, you're mute. You should also understand.
Today in our show, Jennifer, I want to put you right. Today in our show, we did not just condemn DNA. We had a balanced approach to it. But you know what triggers more argument is on the side of the negativity. I started here saying that it has a big advantage for those who reconnect to their lineage and trace their roots. I told you about one of our brothers, one of our sisters here, Black American, Sonia Cotton. You know, look at what she said. Look at what she said on the screen. He said, I am Black American, Dua Matana, Igbo Patana. She spoke Igbo. She said, Kedu, Igbo Queen, Igbo Amaka from Chicago, USA. This is an African American. And let me see. Look at what she said again. African ancestry said, my gene code sequencing matches Doya of Guinea-Bissau. Okay? So there is advantage. So if other platforms are not talking about the advantage, we beg to differ from them. We started with advantage. But you know, when they raise issues that affect women, especially, it triggers a lot. Because when I asked you, I started with women. What if a woman discovers that it's not the owner of the child that has grown under her that he was thinking is the child? How does the woman react? You say you could keep the child, you won't throw the child away, but you will sue the hospital. To sue the hospital shows that if the hospital is a husband, if the hospital is a husband, you will sue the husband. That was your answer. But because on the side of women, they cannot accuse men. Because a woman carried the child 9 months in your tummy, and you discover that the child you put birth to, maybe they changed the child in the hospital. A lot of things happen. You understand? You discover that as she or he grows up, he's no more biologically reconcilable with you. You will know that it's the problem of the hospital because you are sure that you carried your child 9 months and put to bed. If that hospital is a man, the way you are suing hospital is the way you sue a man. So when Authentic say you have to do away with the woman, it's the same reaction. It is the same reaction. Because you now see the hospital as the problem. But men see women as the problem because men don't carry children. And that is why if there was agreement, there are some people that will say, go outside and if a man no get maybe has reproductive issues in our place traditional, he can call the wife and let the family know. And there is a tradition they will do and tell the woman, you're free. And if the woman does anything, nothing will happen to her. And nothing will happen to that man. The man can eat from the woman's pot. But if such thing is not done, it starts affecting you. That's our own tradition.
That's true.
So, see, sometimes people think infidelity only affects women. No. It affects men more than it affects women. And that's why you see men reacting so much, because it cuts down the life of a man's lifespan immediately. As soon as that woman is cooking and you are eating, we're talking African things, which we know is true. No matter the kind of things they are doing now, they speak in tongues and do all these things and confuse you. If your wife is unfaithful and is cooking for you and you are eating, my brother, anything you're putting your hand is in trouble. Even your own life is in trouble. And if you have a son, the same way it will happen to you is the way it will happen to your son. Women are always free. If you have daughters, it doesn't really affect them because they will have their own, it can affect them by way of understanding that their mother is not.
But if I go deep into that you will say I'm going deeper again. No? But that thing is true. What you are saying is true. But the issue is that is it because of our ancestor that thing happened? Because when we live, that's how we were raised, really. That's where we were raised. Anything happen, even if your wife is sick in the house, time man is the first thing they will say, hey, ask your wife question. Ask your wife question. Did you do? Is the first question they will ask those days. But when you step out, you come to all these Westerners and everything. They do it, and their wife is not dying, their son is not dying, and nothing is dying. I wonder, is it what? Why is it just or what is going on?
Mommy, I have to answer you here. You see, permit me. I'm not smoking. I'm not speaking now as the moderator. I'm speaking as Chinedu Anichi, different from Chinedu Anichi TV. So what I'm saying is, there are a lot of things that happen with the Westerners that even some of them know that is the truth, but they so much believe science that they will start pretending that they don't know. You see, like the issue of, like next week, we'll be discussing about spiritual husband and spiritual wife. We want to discuss because people say,
I wonder what I know about spiritual husband.
So that's the topic we're going to discuss next week. We'll be bringing all those serious topics that, trigger conversations and bring problem in the family from Africa. So that's what we want this show to look like. We are not coming here to discuss Bobrisky or the very dark man or other. No, we are coming here to discuss core values that are coming from Africa and how it affects our family, both at home and in diaspora. So what I'm trying to say is that if you go and Google the Kennedy's tragedy, something happened to the John Kennedys that America had to write a book. Go and Google it. They now find out that people don't last long in their family.
Wow. That is true. I know about that.
It's to something. Naturally, they would have said there's no problem. Nothing they happen. It's just a circumstance. No. But at a time, it became so repeatedly that America has to accept that something is wrong.
They call it a cause.
Yes. So, if you come, there are traditional Americans here that believe in what we are believing. Traditional Americans that believe in karma, believe in the concept of what you sow is what you reap. You see, a lot of things happen here. People die of accident, people die of one thing or another, but they don't have time to link it up to things, everything spiritual like us. Because the truth is that our own is too much. Even if flies fly like this, we say the fly was sent to us.
About
when the bird, all this bird, I don't know how you people pronounce it in your own English. Whenever I cry in the night in our place, they say something about to die. But this place, if it's crying, a white man will come and say, oh, this bird, maybe it's feeling cold. He will even go and carry the bird and go inside his or her house and keep the bird in one corner and say, oh, sorry, you need to get warm. In the morning, maybe it's during winter, in the morning, we let the bird go. But if they see that kind of bird in our place, Holy Ghost fire will not allow anybody to sleep. So that is the excesses we are trying to avoid. It doesn't mean that some things are not spiritual. Even America believes that things are spiritual. That's why when they built what you call White House, they said some psalms at the foundation. You understand? At the foundation of the pillars of White House. They said some prayers by the founding fathers of America. Do you understand? And that is why America also engraved the name of God in their currency. In every dollar you will see in God we trust. So they also know that there is spiritual implications to certain things. But not at our own level, whereby everything, even natural things that should just pass their way, we'll give it spiritual interpretation. So, mommy, that's what I want, the way I want to react in that manner. It happens. But some people, you know, how many people are sick here? How many people are changing hip, changing liver? Is it because we have a good health facility here? The kind of sickness I see here, I have not seen it in Africa. You know what I'm saying? You are here.
You're right, especially when you gave that example of Kennedy something. I know about that too. They call it the curse of Kennedy. Yeah, I know about that too. So you're right. You're right.
If you browse it now, you will see it. So that's what we're saying. So when it comes to this DNA does good, DNA does bad. But there are things we can now come back to. What is it? Just like you asked when you came. What is it that triggers the curiosity to know? Something happens. You cannot just marry your wife and you'll be walking like this saying, let's branch and go to DNA. No. Before they start talking about DNA, something must happen. There's doubt. You know, there is some suspicion. There's insecurity. These are factors that bring about quest to have DNA.
I want to ask you this question. Do you think a resemblance can trigger DNA?
Resemblance is a natural thing. You can resemble somebody you have not even seen. You can resemble somebody in Germany that has never come to Africa. Anybody that has sense and say that a resemblance is what they're using as DNA is a big liar.
Because I heard some people
look like somebody in Argentina.
Because why I said I heard some people will say, oh, you had this child, does not look like you, does not look like me, who does it look like? So that just brings some kind of argument already.
Ifoma said, Ifoma 99, Ifoma said, Ifoma Okeke said, I'm reading comments from Instagram. He said, I'm not saying, Bam Bam, Jennifer, you said that if you go with your husband to find out and you discover that you're free, that the kids are not negative, the husband will pay. Ifoma is saying that the husband will not pay, that he will divorce the husband immediately.
Wow.
You understand? So that's what Ifoma is saying on Instagram. Is that if it's negative, hope you are going to pay the man's reparation. What of those men spreading their seeds in different countries?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier.
The thing is, sorry, ma'am. The thing is this, for me personally, I feel like sometimes the world of marriage, a lot of load goes to the women more than the men. I will not lie to you. And there's a saying I used to hear when I was a little bit younger, that it is when somebody dies, you know their true identity or their true color. Now, how about if the man passes away and the woman is a widow? I'm giving an example. And she starts hearing he has so many children outside. It's also emotional and psychological. There are different ways to look at it. So I feel like it's a dicey world we live in, but maybe it's a man's world.
Yeah. Stan, you're welcome to the show. Stan, can you hear me? Hello, Stan, can you hear me? Oh my God. Hello, Stan, can you hear me? Stan, you're on mute. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Okay.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Wonderful program. I've been following since.
Oh, thank you, Stan. Tell us your name and where you're watching us from, please.
My name is Stanley. I am watching from St. Louis, Missouri, USA.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, what's your contribution, Stan?
Is it on the DNA one or is it on the
Any of
many
them.
wives?
Any of them. Any of them.
I have this. My grandfather one day said, "Would you like to train?" And he went to the master company.
Your network. Just stay one place. Stay one place. Your network.
You understand?
Stay one place so that I can hear you. Wow. Why are some people having network issue from America? And Geneva from Nigeria is as clear as anything. I wonder.
Where is Jennifer from Nigeria?
It's in Lagos.
Oh, are you calling from Nigeria?
Yes.
Oh, she's calling from Nigeria?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm very bright.
Thanks for joining.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm calling from Nigeria, Lagos.
Yeah, when you talk about spreading that seed, I mean, they don't see that. That's the problem we face with African women. I think we be oppressed for so long. We be oppressed.
No.
You talk about they spreading their seed, they don't see it as a problem. They don't see it as a problem. But if you just go cheat, bam, 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 throw it away, throw her away, I'll take the children. Throw her away, I'll take the children. That was yes. I think we be oppressed for so long. Because it's a topic for another day. I can't wait for that topic to come up.
Can I say something?
You can
Go
say
ahead.
something. I'm hearing you now.
Yeah, so So I asked him why. He said that animals, that we are mammals, that there's no way a male mammal can be satisfied with just one female. So I think it is naturally in the nature of men all over the world as a mammal to have multiple females around them. And our scientists just recently told us that a man has to come at least 21 times every month in able to be healthy enough and not to get prostate cancer. So it is in the nature of male to have multiple women. Though civilization came, even in the religion part of it, in Christianity, almost all the men of God in the Bible, none of them has just one wife. So my take is, it's not that economically it is not wise, because having more than one wife will be so expensive. But that is why these modern men now today, since we can't have more than one wife, you can't legally have more than one. You marry that one, put her inside house, you go to do outside every day. They run show everywhere.
If they catch you.
I know. We know now. But I'm not supposed to agree with you.
If they catch you. No, I don't feel like I really don't. Those scientists, some people say they don't believe in science. On this one, I don't believe in science. I think it's just oppression. With the women in Africa have been oppressed for so long. They've been really oppressed for so long. You see somebody just go marry a woman, then come and marry a second one, come and marry a third wife, and whether the woman likes it or not, she's going to bear it. She's going to swallow the tough pill. It has always been like that. It has nothing to do with the most outrageous part of it is that it has nothing to do with if the man has money or not. Whether you have money or not, they just marry these women and they don't even care for the children. It's left for most of these women to go fend for their children. Individual women try to raise their children
wrong.
as you said what?
That's wrong. That is wrong.
What is wrong?
If you must be a child, no, to not fend for children, for the men not to
They don't
fend for
have
their
what it takes. They don't have what it takes to take care of these children. It's not that they don't love them. They just marry because they want to marry, because it's okay to marry in Africa. They keep marrying all these women, but they don't have what it takes to take care of these children.
Okay, I want to ask something, Mrs. Okosi. All these women that are being married as first wife, second wife, third wife, are they not women? Like, if you are not in consonance, if they are not in consonance, if they don't want to cooperate with the mammalian theory of my brother Stan, you know, if they are not conscious and they really want a continuity of this mammalian theory, why should they allow themselves to be married to go and join another woman?
They have no choice. Who is marrying a second wife today? Are they not still in Nigeria? Are they not still in Africa? They have no choice. They have no choice. Most women were not doing anything. When did women start doing something in Nigeria? They had no choice. If they don't stay in that marriage. And there's another thing, which is societal shame. There was certainly when you leave your husband, it's societal shame that is not existing today now. Even as far back of 20 years ago, they have societal shame. They don't have it now. Look at women coming out, dancing on social media about his wife. This will not happen like 20 years ago and beyond. You know, and again, these women, let's talk about the money aspect of it. They weren't working, they weren't doing anything other than to swallow the tough pea. The little they have is not enough for them to go. Do it now. See now, look at Nigeria now. Do it now and see what women will do. Look at what women are doing today. You know why? You know why everything is changing today? Because now women are working, they are hustling. They are hustling more than ever. More than ever. Women are trying to put something on the table, do something for themselves. It's no longer, hey, you can't call another person your boss in the office while I'm your husband. It doesn't happen today anymore. Those days when they marry, even in time of my uncles, you can't marry an educated woman. If you marry my uncle, I'm talking about my uncle. If you marry an educated woman, my grandmother will say, hey, that woman is too big for you. Today, it's not happening anymore. It was oppression. It has nothing to do, to me, it has nothing to do with, because we are mammo, we can run or this thing, we don't do this. But when you come here, the mammo is not existing in you anymore. That's why I said, let them catch him.
Okay, mommy, you know, in US, there's something that, let me say this thing. It might not sound good, but that's the truth. A lot of us that are faithful here just want to be faithful because of the circumstance. Not that if that...
Then why we can't be faithful because of the circumstance over there?
Can I finish? So a lot of people here, once you come, the environment will condition you to be faithful, whether you like it or not. You understand? Because one, if they catch you, two, you know what child's this thing is in America. So if you know put your Ebola one side, nobody go tell you. Now you go tell yourself. So this place, sometimes we advise ourselves as men. You understand? You advise yourself. Not be somebody that advise you if you come US, say make you faithful to your wife. You go hold your wife tight. Make you, because to go outside is expensive. And risky. Not just expensive, but very risky. Apart from getting children, somebody can set you up. Somebody can call a cop on you. Somebody can say you did what you did not do. You don't say these people know the shame. This side, where would they? They know the shame. Somebody you did something in the office with. One day you can just decide to, after 5 years and come to confess. I just feel like saying it. And just saying it. And you start saying it. And they start dragging you. And they say 5 years ago, and you know investigation, no, they had it. Before you know, they don't bring evidence from everywhere. So some of those things have made us, you go respect your Ebola, talk to them and say, okay, it's true that they go church, you know they hear that says the Lord. But for this America, you go here.
That's what I wanted to ask Mr. Authentic when he said that we're Africa. It's our tradition. It's our tradition. To me, I feel like women have been oppressed. Women in Africa have been oppressed for so long, so long. Whether you like it, which women accept? When did they ever accept? Even at the time of my great grandmother, they never accepted. There is always a scuff. There's always a brawl in the house. Women fighting women. This one. You said we are not going there today, so let us not go there today. They never accepted. It's pushed on them, and they have to swallow that tough pill. It has always been like this. Then you say, oh, this one's son is dying because the other woman is killing the other children. It's always a finger pointing. It has, in African tradition, it has always been a finger pointing. Somebody pointing finger. That's why we always fight. This one hated this one. This one hated this one. When has it ever been accepted? When has it ever? It has always been pushed on women, forced on women, and we have no. They have no choice. They had no choice then, and they swallowed the tough pill. For them to come out and say it's our tradition, it's our tradition, it's a topic for another day. I can't wait for a topic like this to come next time, so we can really go deep into the
next
topic.
Week we'll be talking about spiritual husband and spiritual wife. Is it a reality in African tradition? Does it really affect family? And what is the solution? I'm going to try to bring a man of God, try to bring a Muslim, try to bring. I would like to bring variety of people. Try to bring a scientist and everybody. We will see from the scientific point of view, does it exist? From the religious Christian point of view, from the Islamic point of view, from the traditionalist. We'll look at it from others' angle and see how balanced is it. So all of us will be meeting next Sunday. Remember, we missed Tambari today because she had a very, very unavoidable event that it has to be in. It's not everything they talk on the show. But I know you missed her beautiful, very beautiful face. So Tambari has always been the beautiful face of this show. We'll conspicuously miss her today, and we'll be missing her next Sunday too. She'll be going for vacation next Sunday. But we'll be having somebody, a doctor from Canada, to stand in for her next week. I call all of you to join us next week, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 1 p.m. Central American time in this show. Mr. Okosun, how do you see this show?
Beautiful.
Is it
beautiful? It energizes us, and he brings us to think about something that we usually don't even want to touch. It's a beautiful stuff. It's a beautiful show.
Okay, Jennifer Bambam, this is your first time of coming to this show live. You have always watched us from Instagram, the comment section. Today you're live. What will you say about Chinedu Anichi TV? You're mute.
All right. For me personally, it's something that is very different and unique, because as we are here, I'm talking to 3 or 4 people from different parts of the world. So it's amazing. Keep up the good work. I wish you all the best. And let's see how it goes. I'm already your fan now, so you have no problem.
So, you know, one thing that Prince Noscan, my man, how are you doing? Yeah, Gift Shasha, official Thomas, Abraham _20, Sap _nation _001. All of you on Instagram, I thank you for finding time to come and watch me and watch us and watch yourself. I am Don Josie. This Don Josie that I just mentioned now will be in this show next week, Sunday. He is going to be live here. Greetings, Prince Noscan. And by next week, we'll be having I am Don Josie and from Canada, and it's going to be mind-blowing. So today we talked about DNA, and we had participation from different people from UK, from Ireland, from different people. So Life in Diaspora has come to stay on Chinedu Anichi TV, the African Voice in Diaspora. Remember, as we are here live on Facebook, we're on this TV, we're streaming on Facebook Live. You go to Facebook, Chinedu Anichi TV, you will see it live. So, Mrs. Okosun, are you watching from Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay. Some other people are watching from YouTube, and some other, Jennifer, you came from Instagram. So, this software was developed to be able to we can be live on 9. We have the capacity to be live on 9 social media platforms the same time. As you are seeing it here, that's the way it is on Instagram. That's the way it is on Facebook. I built all this so that I will build Africa. Soya Cotton, enjoyed show. Okay, Soya, how are you doing? Soya, maybe next week we'll see you. Please get ready. You can send me a DM on Instagram at Chinedu Anichi TV. Check us out on Instagram. Send me a DM, so I'll send you my number so that we can easily connect. If it's not, you cannot access us easily, Soya. We enjoyed you, Soya. We really thank you for being here, for identifying with us as an African American who has traced her DNA to become an Igbo lady. And you even spoke Igbo. We're so proud of you. Thank you, Soya, for being in this show. Thank you. So, my people, this is Chinedu Anichi TV. I thank Mrs. Okosun, our mommy, who he won't give them to you, he will give you water. We also thank Stan. Stan is from St. Louis, Missouri here. And Cakes by NG, anywhere you are. Remember, in Lagos, in Nigeria, you can send a DM to just check Jennifer Bam Bam on Instagram and you see Cakes by NJ. She has tutorial on how to bake. That's how I know her. She bakes, she teaches, she does everything. Anything that has to do with bakery. In fact, her name is supposed to be Jennifer Bakery. So if you get sense, now waiting for don't put for a name. So that once they see her, they know they think twice, waiting in they do. So she's a woman that has something doing, and that's the kind of people we bring up to this show. Tomorrow, we'll be having a show. We'll be presenting a very wonderful artist. We don't want to reveal it. An actress. And our discussion tomorrow is, our topic is, the life of a growing actress in Nigeria. You know, it's not easy to become upcoming and then become a giant. Some taking advantage of. Some will be doing a lot of. And we'll have somebody who wants to share her experience as she grows and as she climbs the ladder of excellence in Nollywood, Nigeria. That's what will happen tomorrow. Almost every day we'll have a show. But Sunday show is always Mrs. Soko conscious because she knows the miss out and she don't want to know. So those of you who are watching us, okay, thank you for coming. Thank you those on Instagram, those on YouTube. Jennifer Bam Bam, thank you. Stan Bam Bam, Mrs. Okosun Bam Bam. Remember, this is Chinedu Anichi TV, your one and only celebrity CSO, the African voice in diaspora. See you tomorrow and see you on this show next week. God bless you.
Battery 70%. Connected to Callisto's S24 Ultra.
Let's talk about Africa voice in diaspora. Chinedu Anichi TV. Voice of the voiceless, Chinedu Anichi TV. Make we talk about Tokyo. Chinedu Anichi TV. Nobody can talk about Tokyo for us, Chinedu Anichi TV. Africa's arise. Then they reach you. Make we talk about Tokyo. Oh yeah, everybody join the Chinedu Anichi TV. Not that he happen, no. Not that he the selling. We don't talk about my deal. I see me now, so we don't talk about. Mama, Papa, brother, sister, even in the YouTube. Subscribe and follow Chinedu Anichi TV. Eba fukone fokulo, eba fukone me. Yeah, but we be The voice
The
of
Black
Africa in
Mentor.
diaspora.
The living coach, the Black Mentor, thank you for watching your boy. We are loyal, we are loyal. Thank you, Black Mentor. We believe in you, we trust you. Thank you for all your support, thank you for everything. Thank you for making time to come and watch your boy. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Soya. Say you. Yeah.